We're going to quickly talk a little bit about the dispute opened up by Jeremy Young last August on Twin Galaxies over Billy Mitchell's 1,062,800 score on Donkey Kong. Do you guys want to be entertained? Because have I got a link for you to a Twin Galaxy forum. First Todd Rogers and now Billy Mitchell is being heavily scrutinized over recently presented evidence on his Donkey Kong score. Some of the facts going against Billy now are a recorded supposed board swap of a Donkey Kong board for a Donkey Kong Jr. board after he had set the record on Donkey Kong and supposedly set a record right after on Donkey Kong Jr. As it turns out, experts on the matter, because I don't know anything about arcade boards, found out that the board was the same Donkey Kong Jr. board and there was actually never a Donkey Kong board there to begin with. So you wonder, why even record that? It's supposed to be evidence that he set the record, but it's the same board. I mean, come on, people in the community are going to notice things like that. Second, the referee who supposedly witnessed this record was none other than Todd Rogers and his girlfriend. Now, it's actually up for debate as to whether they were even referees for Twin Galaxies at the time. So for the record in question, there is no actual video evidence. For some of his other records, he did have, even if it was just a direct feed, he had video evidence. Direct feed would be a direct recording from the board as opposed to a camera shooting and actually recording him playing on the arcade cabinet. Now, this dispute was opened up last August. It had lost steam, and all of a sudden, a few days ago, new evidence came up. One of the moderators from Donkey Kong forums, or a record keeper there, did a lot of research, and he found that Billy Mitchell's videos, all of the videos that he submitted to Twin Galaxies, were actually videos of him playing on MAME instead of the actual arcade cabinet. Now, the reason that's important is because there is two set of records, one for MAME and one for arcade cabinets, and the record that he supposedly had was for the arcade. Now, the differences that he found, which I really don't know much about MAME or arcade, or how arcade boards work, is that arcade boards load the images from side to side, whereas the older versions of MAME load up the images like if they were puzzles. So they're loaded up piece by piece onto the screen. You do have to do it frame by frame to see what the differences are, but I am going to leave a link in the description to the evidence and to the main forum link as well. Now, since it was a record keeper from Donkey Kong forums that found the evidence, Billy Mitchell's records no longer are recognized or listed on those forums. Today, a friend of Bill's by the name of Stephen Kleisath actually came on to the board and posted, defending Billy, saying he had his back, and that there would be an announcement made. And I am going to read that word for word, the last paragraph of that, because I thought it was hilarious. To me, it's going to make no difference which way this goes. I just find it really interesting. But here's what he has to say at the end. In closing, for now, Billy Mitchell will begin addressing this whole situation tomorrow, Tuesday, February 6th, between 7 and 8:30 p.m. at www.blahblahblah.com on the East Side Dave Show. Much will be revealed in audio and video form in the coming weeks, so tune in and stay tuned. Now, Steven is a guy who holds records for single and doubles, Mario Bros. World record, so he is a total badass. And of course, in those circles, of course they're going to be friends. You usually make friends with people who excel or are in your group of talent level or whatever. But I mean, just get the hell out of here. If he's got revelations, he should be doing it on the Twin Galaxy forums where the dispute is actually in place, and the Twin Galaxies referees or whoever's in charge there, they're going to go into that forum, look at all the evidence that is presented, and then make their decisions based on that. Not, they might take some external consideration, but it's mostly going to be, he should just go there and he should fight his case. And I mean, if the truth is going to come out. So if he's not at fault here, then it'll come out. Just go and say it. But at this point, with all the running he's doing, he should really be doing marathons instead of playing video games. I'm really going to be impartial to how this plays out. But, you know, I can definitely say that my brother and I have really enjoyed the documentaries that have come out based on video games. And, you know, I understand the part in history that players like Todd Rogers and Billy Mitchell play. But, you know, if they got there by cheating, then get them off of there. You know, it doesn't matter how long their scores have stood. If they cheated, they cheated. So get them off of there. All I've seen is the evidence presented in the official dispute on Twin Galaxies. So until there is counter evidence to that, then I'll actually try and make a decision on my own. I mean, it's kind of really just interesting, to be honest with you. For the people who really want to keep the integrity of record keeping alive, this is going to be a very difficult task, just because, you know, there is a lot of people who are like, he cheated, you know, without even reading any of the evidence. And then there's a lot of people who, he could never do that. He really didn't cheat. You know, he couldn't cheat. There's no way it's Billy Mitchell, because they're his friends, or they're just people who idolized the players. And so it's really hard to tell, but until there's more evidence, I really couldn't go either way. I just find it super interesting. I know some of you guys follow these guys hardcore. I know some of you have even met them. I think I've seen an interview on somebody's channel. So this isn't really a dig. Like I said, I just read through the evidence, read through the forum. I've spent a couple hours reading through this, and I found it super interesting. It's a bummer that these disputes are coming up, and it's even a bigger bummer, like in the case of Todd Rogers, where it was found that a record just wasn't possible. It sucks, you know. If it's not possible, what can you do? He was cheating. So what do you guys think? You know, what are your thoughts on it? Let me know in the comments below. I hope it doesn't get too nasty down there in the comment section. I know this is one of those topics where people have really hard feelings about stuff. So until the next video, we'll see you later.